Hello, lovely ladies and gorgeous gents. Tonight is Wednesday. Make up for last night's live that I was not able to attend. So, I hope we get some people in. Shit. I'm gonna drop the shit again. So, come on. Let's do some chatting. I'm gonna try to make it as long as I can tonight. Still having issues with nauseousness and sleeping. That's all I seem to do is sleep. I've been doing granny squares off and on. I might get one a day done. Right now I got this one to put the edging on and another one, but I've been kind of working on the yellows right now. So maybe little by little, I can get a whole blanket done for the fair. I've got April, May, June, July, 4 months to get it done. So I think all the whites are done. So hopefully I can get all these done in time. So if you've joined, hey Gail, how are you doing, honey? Stop by and say hello. I've been going through some boxes when I'm awake also, trying to get stuff organized. I know it doesn't look like it behind me. I haven't reached there yet, but I'm getting there. I'll have to get into that one. Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of giveaways anymore, but if it's a blowout giveaway from BOD, absolutely I'm going to be in that one, because the girls' giveaways are phenomenal at best. Any other time, I can just imagine her 1 million blowout. I'm excited for her. I did see that she reached 1 million, and she's been working so hard and so long for that I'm excited for her. It's well deserved. I don't think there's anyone that I watch that deserves it more than her. And I'm sure there's other ones out there, but she definitely worked hard for that. So I am so happy for her. And when I do fair projects, I do at least one pattern of hers every fair. And I always win first prize with her patterns. So, hey, Jenny, how are you? Oh, I know. She stopped because too many people gripe. I don't understand that. She's as fair as you can get with giveaways. And people get all ticked off because they don't win. I don't expect to win any giveaway. Even if there's only 2 people involved, like in the giveaway, I don't expect to win. It's exciting when I do, but I don't never expect to win a giveaway. It's nice for a creator to do that without having all kinds of fits about it. Hey, Susan. I hope you're feeling better, sweetheart. Hey, Joe. How are you? I'm a little better. I'm still got issues with nauseousness and sleepiness. So if I doze off here, I'm sorry. But kind of try to wake me up when you see it, because I do get kind of droopy before I doze off. So just kind of try to bring me back to life. If I stay busy, for the most part, I I could stay awake a little longer, but yeah, today's weather all across the nations. I mean, I think Tennessee's or your area, not Tennessee, but your area is getting hit with storms and stuff too. Absolutely, Diana. Yeah, I don't, but Bag of Days major giveaway, I have to enter, even if it's just to show my support. And knowing me, if I won, I'd probably put in a giveaway that I'll pass it along as a giveaway. Not all of it, of course. Not all of it. I am yarn stingy like everyone else, but most of it would be. I would definitely pass it on. You doze off eating lunch? Yeah. Lunch is a nemesis for me. Yeah, I've been doing a lot. I try to stay awake. I've been, like last night, I went on a spurge of emptying some boxes out. Oh, excuse me. I did accomplish like 6 of them. And so I'm down to where almost I have no boxes. And then the rest of the stuff was so involved. I just went to bed. Actually, I was in bed by like 10:30 last night. But that storm frightened me. It's one of the. It's a storm that kind of frightened me, and storms don't frighten me. Yeah, I have to make sure I set my alarm for that. Excuse me. Oh wow, 6 to 12 inches of snow. Ugh. By April, I don't want to see snow. Yeah, Ohio, we did have some flooded areas, and I do think we had a touchdown. Um, and we even had an earthquake in Northeast Ohio, a small one, but we did have one. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm glad I live on top of a hill, because very rarely does any part here get flooded. We don't have too many dips. You said that was April 20th at 7. Ow, I'm going to have to put that in my calendar so I don't forget. April. April 20th. Why isn't it going there? Oh well, I'll just set my alarm instead, because I don't want to miss it. Yeah, I got to figure that out. I don't know why my calendar isn't working correctly. Oh, okay, Diana. Yeah, they were they were pretty bad last night. Hey Cheryl, how are you, hon? Right, Susan? That's what I was worried about last night was power going out. Especially when I was asleep with my CPAP on. Ugh. That is the worst because you're not getting air forced in, so you wake up choking. That's what I was worried about. Right, Jenny? I got that the other day, so I'm good to go with that. Yes, everybody stay safe. These storms are going to last a couple of days. Yeah, exactly, because you always got milk, eggs, and bread in the house, and butter. We need these cookies and the chips and the ho-hos and all that. Yeah, I think I went out on Monday when I went to the doctor. I grabbed that stuff. Oh, I'm glad you're doing okay, Cheryl. Oh, I hope you guys don't mind if I crochet while I talk. I gotta stay awake. I couldn't go all week and not have a live for you guys. I mean, you guys support me like crazy, and I can't not do a live. Now, I'm thinking about switching my lives to Wednesdays because they're doing my procedures on Mondays now. And usually the next day is when I hurt really bad. So I'm kind of thinking about switching it to Wednesdays. I'll see how I feel next Tuesday. If it's still the same old, then I'll switch to Wednesdays for a while. Because it seemed to do better on Wednesdays. Except when my rib hurts. I went to 2 Kroger's, a Rite Aid, and this CVS within the span of 2 days, looking for a rib compression, because I thought if I compress that rib, it would more likely stay in one place all the time with or without the fluid, and it would have a chance to heal, because when they drain the fluid, the rib moves back to where it needs to be, and then when I fill up with fluid, it gets squeezed into another location, so it's never going to heal. So I figured with a compression, maybe I could keep it in one area. None of them had one. I had to finally go on Amazon and order it so that way I'd have it, before my next procedure. Change row 34 to triples. Okay. Let me write that down. Ow. Trying to moving my left hand, which is my good hand, it's a pain in the ass because it hurts. Okay, 34 triple crochet in center, not double. Got it. But yeah, so I was thinking about doing Wednesdays, and hopefully with that new compression brace, which of course can't be counted as a medical expense on my rent because the doctor didn't order it. So I just have to take the loss on it, but that's all right. At least I'll hopefully be out of pain, and I can at least continue with a decent life for the first week after the procedure. The second week's always hard because the fluid in my stomach gets in the way, and I can't bend over or do nothing that I need to do. So the second week's pretty much trashed. But I'd like to get stuff accomplished at least 1 week. Then I go to the blood doctor. When did I go? Monday. And he looks at my blood test. Now he's the one that started this mountain hill that I'm on, which I kind of appreciate because we have a diagnosis, which is great. But he looks at my platelet count and he goes, "Oh, you're doing fine." My platelet count is like a 3 point something, which it should be, I think, around 6 or 7. That's why they won't do surgery on me, because my platelet count is so low. Okay, why am I going to him if he says it's fine? That's one doctor I could scratch off my list. So I'm talking to my primary doctor about that and get him the hell off my list. Oh, Helen, I am so sorry about that. Ooh, who cooked? I'd be debating on their cooking skills after that. Or maybe the store they're purchasing their stuff from. My neighbor's a sweetheart. She just moved in, and we've been friends for a while, and she made me dinner, which was nice. But you know me, I celebrate Easter kind of quiet. Always have. And so it wasn't a far departure of what I usually do. The kids are growing up to where, I mean, they do their Easter egg hunts for the to participate with the younger grandkids, but it's nothing like when they're all little. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's been a while, Helen. I hope everything's going fine. We've been asking about you for a while, and unfortunately, I don't message you much on Facebook because you never see it. So I just wait for you to come in here. Yeah, you know what, Ellen? I discovered that too. I can't eat a whole lot of processed stuff anymore. I got to eat a lot of stuff that's homemade. I can't. I can't really take canned goods, canned gravy, any of that anymore. It messes with my stomach. Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at right now, Diana. Easter is more of a day of praying, meditating, whatever anybody wants to call it, but and thankfulness. And I do kind of enjoy my alone time. No neighbors are knocking on the door, wanting to borrow this or that. Everybody's pretty much gone. But I did get a little ticked off yesterday. Management, we're under new management, and they have a meeting at every building. Well, I should have known better because our building is the redheaded stepchild of all the buildings they take care of. They decided not to show up. And here I woke my butt up early to make sure was there. And we find out 2 hours later they canceled it. Without no notes, no. I am so sick of this place. It drives me insane. guess it is what it is. I got a roof over my head, right? I hear you. I hear you, Jenny. I like watching kids look for eggs. Not good to have alcohol. Not with the issues that we have, Helen. It's not good at all. Not even a sip. At our age, we have to keep an eye on that stuff. Alcohol is not good at all. So, what's everybody working on? Oh, as I explained, I'm working on these squares. Hopefully, they're done by the fair. I think I have enough done to where I can get an exact count now of how big I want it. So, I think probably tomorrow or the day after, I'm going to try to take a half an hour of staying awake. Take it downstairs to the community room, lay it out on the table, and do some adding and subtracting with measurements. A shawl, yeah, that's a beautiful shawl. I like how it's turning out. Knitting miter squares Afghan. Oh, nice. But that's gonna look pretty. I like the mitered. I've seen the large squares done in miter with crochet, but I do like the knitting ones. I don't know, something about the stitch, excuse me, makes it look better. It's for a pattern for a wrap. Any ideas? Have you checked Ravelry? But Ravelry really doesn't have any really good ones either. I've been looking at Ravelry because I want something that's in the intermediate area with some special stitches in it, not just plain. But it's hard to find those without getting too complicated. I'll keep looking for you, Diana, and I'll see what I can find. Oh, I bet, Gail. I just wish I could knit. I just can't do the 2 needles. Because some things, like sweaters, I think they look better. Well, okay, sorry. Pullover sweaters look better knitted. Cardigans look better crocheted. Let's see. I don't know. I've heard about a new site. I know they sell handicrafts. Don't know if they sell patterns, but it's called Tedo, Tedooo. I think there's 3 O's, 3 or 4. I don't know if they do patterns or not. I haven't checked it out, but you might want to check that out, Diana. Because I think wraps look good with like evening gowns and stuff. But I'm saying all this stuff based on my own opinion. I know others have different opinions. Yeah, exactly. I will definitely keep checking. Maybe I could find one that we both like. I don't know. But I've been looking because I know you're probably past the beginner stage. So I'm looking for like intermediate, but not too complicated to where I want to pull my hair out. But let's see. This is Miss Jenny. I know it is. No, it's not. Oh, that looks gorgeous, Gail. I absolutely love it how you got all the diagonals going the same way. Oh, let me see if I can show everybody. You guys see that? All the diagonals are pointed down. That's a good scrap buster. I really like that. Crazy crazypatterns.net has good patterns. Oh, okay. Let me write that down because I'll take a look over there too. What I do with my pen? There it is. Oh, definitely look over there. Always looking for good resources. Yeah, I mean, I guess for a knitter it might be easy, but it's beautiful. I love it. I just wish I could have gotten closer to the camera, guys. I just can't reach. And remember, I'm still going to do in August, I'm still going to show everybody's work on the Sophie's blanket. So if you're still working on it, I will definitely be showing everybody's work off. So please, please send me pictures as often or at least the finished product. I've been itching a lot. I think I need to put some coconut oil on my, or coconut body oil. Yeah, I use this stuff. It's got my feet good. I mean, because with them swelling all the time, they get real dry. So, working really nice on my feet. I always loved my feet because since I'm in a wheelchair and I don't walk much, I've always had the softest feet until the past 2 years or so. Now they're swelling and shrinking, and now they look like garbage. Oatmeal based stuff is supposed to help with itchiness. Oh, okay. Thanks, Jenny. Hey, college, how are you? Yeah, but they're necessary items, so. And then I had my physical therapist over, and I always do the stand up, sit down exercises in front of my sink. Well, I still am, but I'm not allowed to pull myself up anymore. He's making me use the arms of my wheelchair to push myself up so I can get back onto my walker. I understand the madness. I just don't have to like the process. uh, The process drives me insane because I can't keep my balance as well. But I guess that's the whole purpose of it. But I'm going to get my neighbor and my aide to tip my bed over. See, my bed came with 3 sizes of feet. You can connect them all together to make a tall bed. You can use the shortest one to make it real low. I need the medium ones put on because I almost was able to get my knee up on the mattress and swing my leg up and get and plop into bed where I need to land. But it was just a little too tall. So I don't have to use the leg lifter or anything like that. So I need to get them over here and use the medium one to bring it down just enough. And maybe I can strengthen that leg by getting myself in and out of bed without a leg lifter. Because I missed last night college. I wasn't feeling well. I was falling asleep. Like, I'd wake up and 15 minutes later I was sleeping again. Plus, we had bad thunderstorms. You should have seen me the last time I had my procedure done. I scared myself. And I don't scare that, well, I do get scared easy about medical, but this really frightened me. After the procedure, I usually feel pretty good. But the pain in my rib was so bad. I went to the front door to lock it, moved back 3 feet, and passed out. I mean, I was like this on my table, my desk. I wake up a half hour later, try to move back to my desk, and I get 3 more feet and pass the hell out. I think I did that like 4 times before I got to my desk. It scared me. So next time I'm going to have a piece of paper with me and write down to make sure I have times, because that's not normal. Yeah, I wasn't doing too well last night. But hopefully it was just from the pain from the rib that I passed out, that it wasn't the procedure in itself. That's kind of why I want that compression on my rib. Maybe that's the reason I was passing out, was the pain. Oh! And I picked up my birthday present early, guys. Would y'all like to see it? I'm so excited for this. Yeah, exactly, Diana. Yeah. And it's tough it's tough to make your body move the way it's supposed to. Yeah, I think, all those combined together, Jenny, could cause that. Yeah. Well, I'm going to show you anyways, because I got it out a month early, but it's my birthday gift to myself. And the whole purpose of getting this is I never ever had anyone ever buy me a nice piece of jewelry. Not even my 2 husbands. So I figured it's my 60th birthday. And if anybody's going to get me one, it's going to be me. So, Let's see if I can get my arm stretched out enough. It's an opal with itty bitty 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 diamonds. I wish I could get it closer. Ow. And I even had it made size for my ring finger. We know Wanda ain't getting married again, but that's where I wanted it. So that's my birthday gift to myself. Ow. I'm going to pay for that for a couple months in my budget, but I mean, nobody else is going to splurge on me. I'm going to splurge on myself. Did everybody leave? Or are you shocked with awe? Or shocked with, Wanda, I can't believe you did that shit. Thanks, Diana. Thanks, Susan. I was so happy when it took me 6 months to decide to get this. A lot of time. Because I'm like, man, do I really deserve it? Oh, thank you, Jenny. Yeah. I know Northeast, there was a Northeast Ohio, there was a earthquake. Oh, what did I do, Susan? I went and got me, maybe if I bring it up with my right hand. It's an opal with some little itty bitty 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 diamonds. But I've never received a nice piece of jewelry in my life. So I figured it's my 60th birthday. I'm getting it for myself. You know, I very rarely treat myself to something like that. But it took a lot of months of hawing around if I was going to get it, and a lot of months of saving to get it. And I still dented my budget for the next few months. But that's okay. It's okay. Thanks, Susan. Well, you know, I just put it this way. All the yarn I haven't bought in the last year, there it is. Right? Oh. Hey, mate, how are you? Well, thank you. So, I mainly got it for dress up time. I'll wear it out here and there, but I'm afraid of losing it now. Mainly when I go places like weddings, funerals, graduations, nice dinners. You know, that's when I'll wear it. It's very true, Diana, because nobody can get it for me. Get that right. I'm okay today, maid. I'm okay today. An advertising motion sign. Never heard of one. I mean, I've seen the billboards, but I'm sure you didn't buy that for $100. Yeah. Still sleepy today, but at least I'm keeping the nauseousness away. I think I might go up to Lake Erie this summer if I can drive and rent somebody. Well, that's the wrong way of putting it. Rent some time from somebody to ride me around on a boogie board, if that's what you call it, on the lake. That's something I want to do. Got to see Air Supply. Now it's time for another adventure. Oh, okay, college. Cool. What are you going to advertise? Yeah, see, I don't like the taste of ginger ale, but I'm discovering through some friends that they make many different tastes of ginger ale now, flavoring. So I might try one or two here or there and see if I can get something that I like. Me, I usually just lean over a trash can, do what I got to do, and I feel better. Oh, I guess so, college. I guess that's a good use for it. I usually pop a wintergreen, Lifesaver wintergreen in my mouth. That sometimes helps. Well, then you'll become a pro at, maybe you can rent it out to small businesses. Never know. At least get your money back out of it. You get a lot of Tums. Yeah. I have medication for my stomach. It's just not for nauseousness. Only for when I eat anything spicy, but I'm afraid, honestly, I'm afraid to take anything that's over the counter now because I take so many meds that even natural products can give a bad reaction. And I'm really afraid of, like, someone was telling me turmeric's good for pain. But I also read it's a blood thinner, which is not good for me. So, your best buddies. I can see that. Yeah, especially when you're dealing with stomach issues. Oh, thank you, Lori. Lord have mercy. I appreciate it. And I canceled last night. Oh. Yeah, natural products. I just natural and over the counter. I'm real careful. Like, I'm not supposed to be taking ibuprofen because of my liver, but when you're dealing from inflammation from a rib and you can't get yourself in and out of bed or do anything, you're going to take ibuprofen because my regular meds just aren't working for that. but I've been really careful of how many I take. Yeah, yeah, it's not a fun time to go through. And actually, I think we were under weather watch until 10 this morning. I don't know if we still have a weather watch or not. I haven't been really paying attention. No, right now we're not under, but it could change because we got thunderstorms coming in middle of the night. So it looks like we got a hell of a storm coming through actually between 1 to 4. So yeah. Okay, no problem, Jenny. High winds and snow. Oh my. Yeah, we got we didn't get snow. We did get bad thunderstorm, high winds for a couple of days. Yeah, we got a lot of rain yesterday. Um, the ground is still trying to sop it up. We had some major flooding going on. Now down at the subway, which is a road that goes under the train tracks, it gets flooded all the time. But it really got flooded this time. It got so flooded they had to divert the buses around it like for half the day, I think, till they was able to drain it. They need a better drainage system down there. Tylenol is in my pain meds, Joe. So yeah, it wouldn't work. So I did the ibuprofen. And I only take 2, just enough to kind of dull that pain so I can move. Flood warning till 8 tomorrow morning. Yeah. It's crazy. I've never seen the weather flux. I mean, I've seen snow in April. Don't get me wrong. I've never seen the weather act so bizarre in April. You know, to where every other day is spring and the other days are winter. I've never seen it like that. I actually have to go to my weather app and check out all the hours because it changes so quickly during the day. I don't know how to dress. Like, do I wear a sweater or do I wear my coat? Do I wear socks or do I wear my slippers? It all depends. But I do want it to warm up so I can get the hell outside. I think I went out once last week, Thursday or Friday, for a while. And then it's been chilly, except for going to the doctor. I haven't been out. Zofran is good for nauseousness. Okay, I definitely will. Especially if I could take something on the days I'm nauseous, not every day. I don't want to take something every day. My daily pill bottles are full enough already. And then I got to get on this diamond painting right back here. Because my grandson's birthday's in June. So I have to have that done and framed. So I got to get that done. And then I got 3 months to get my older granddaughters done. Now my youngest grandson, his is done. And then I have to do my youngest granddaughters. Well, at least they're bought and paid for. I just got to do them. And that's been my goal of cleaning my desk off so that way I could put my diamond painting stuff right here. easy access. Just as long as I have all my drills right in front of me, I can go through diamond painting very quickly. But if I have to stop, fill the tray up, and then, go back there, fill the tray up, get the at least two colors that I need, bring them over here without spilling them, do it, and then pack it all up and it's a pain in the ass. I don't do it. So I'm trying to get my desk cleaned off so I can, and then I'm putting like items with like all my pens, whether they're markers, gel pens, highlighters, whatever, in one bin instead of, several different bins. I've been doing a lot of compartmentalizing just to get it cleaned up. Because the drawers in my craft cabinet drawers back there are getting so full because I don't do that. I'm doing diamond paintings. Right now I'm working on a red, I think it's a Corvette for my grandson for his birthday. And then Lacey's, I got a Japanese girl with an umbrella. And then with Scarlett, did I get her? I think a unicorn or something obtuse like that. And then my grandson got Mickey Mouse, which that one's done. Oh, I am so sorry, Helen. My computer actually has been acting up. So that's another thing I have to save for because I think it's almost like 3 years old now. And as much as I use it, it's going to crash on me. I know it. So I've been starting to backlog all my bookmarks, my pictures, my patterns, which is a chore in itself. I never realized how much I have bookmarked and, folders of videos and pictures and Lord have mercy. Oh, awesome, Helen. I bet that's pretty. I've never used an Apple product. I don't like their products now. One thing goes wrong, you can't fix the one thing. You got to buy the whole damn thing. I like Windows based. It's what I learned on, or it's what I was taught on. So I'm more comfortable with Windows based. Yeah, as soon as I can find an apartment, Susan. Every time they have an apartment available, it's always upstairs. I've been called twice, and I have to decline them because I need downstairs. So I'm waiting patiently. I wish it was sooner than later, but I also asked my daughter to go ahead and get me some applications for family housing, not just for seniors. They can have kids in there, whatever, and get some applications for those so I can get them in. I can guarantee, I talked to her about this last month. I can guarantee she's never picked one up yet. I can almost guarantee that. I'm going to have to find a way to her area, take someone with me to run in the office and get applications. Because she won't. She'll always forget. something better to do. And it is what it is. I don't use any antivirus. I'm just real careful what I click on. Oh, wow, that's a lot. You got plenty for baby boy sweaters, huh? I've tried, and they want paperwork. I don't know about HUD in other places, but here in Ohio, they want paperwork. And I've tried printing them out. They won't print out. So I'll just have to find someone to go with me and pick up the apps. I think Florida was the same way, where you had to have the paperwork. Ow. So, but it'll be worth it when I move, because I'll have 2 bedrooms, and I'll be able to make my living room a real living room instead of a craft room. And plus, it'll store all my medical equipment. Yeah, it does, Caddy. It sure does. I think it does, Jenny. Eclipse can do weird things. I really think it is. I think by maybe around the 15th or so, some of this weird weather will go away. Let's hope. Because I am ready for some warm weather, guys. Like super warm weather, 70s at least. Yeah, right. I'm basically a recluse. Yeah, and ours did too in the major cities. But like here in Mansfield, they're still taking them. And I believe Kenton they are too, because they're small little towns. They have, I guess you would call it, long waiting lists for that area. But to me, they're not really that long. It's like a year or two of waiting. Like in Columbus, it's 10-year waiting. Because I did check to go back to Columbus, and it's a 10-year waiting list to where they're not even taking applications. So yeah, exactly, Helen. I don't think I've seen 70s since December. We had one day of 70s, which I was thrilled with. But yeah, we might get to 61, but mainly it's 40s and low 50s. And that's still sweater weather for me right now. I mean, when did I check it? It's 83 degrees in this apartment, and I'm wearing a sweater. So that shows you how cold-blooded I am right now. Oh. But I know it'll come one day. 70s will come, then the 80s, and maybe a few days in 90s, which I'll be thrilled. That's when I'll spend all day outside crocheting. Okay, tell bitch face I said hello. She just loves sticking her butt by that computer, doesn't she, Jenny? Maybe I'll get done with this square before I end chat. Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh, so anybody got any plans coming up this summer that they want to do? Like family reunions, bucket list item? I love hearing other people's plans because honestly, it might be something I'd be able to do and enjoy. So I run out of ideas very quickly. I do want to go on one last motorcycle ride, though. I do want to do that. Somehow, some way, get on a motorcycle. When I do have a shell stitch blanket I want to finish up. I have like 3 or 4 more inches on each side that I have to finish. Right now I got stuff piled on top of the bin, so I'm going through all that right now. That should only take a couple days to finish. Then I have a little Santa Claus dress that I have to finish, a pillow I have to finish, and all I got to do with that is sew the back on. And then I want to get my finished projects done, so I have at least 7 or 8 items to take to the fair. But beyond that, I do want to do the ripple blanket with the turtles all over it. I want to do that. That's funny, Jenny. Uh, yeah. I think they have a Fiber Fest in Columbus. I'm going to check into that. Because if they do, I might kidnap Rhonda and spend the day down there. Just looking at the pretty yarns and stuff. But yeah, I'd like to go to a couple fiber shows. And I know Columbus does an art show, which I get a lot of ideas from. So I like walking through that. Usually I can get my son to go with that to me. It's a full size. It's like a twin size blanket. And you got 6 or 7 turtles. And it's done in all different shades of blue, where it looks like they're in the ocean. But the turtles are like amigurumi or applique. I'm not real sure. My memory's not hitting very well. But they're one or the other that you sew onto the project. But ripple is one of the categories. So even if I do the ripple without the turtles, at least I got something to put into the craft show or the fair. Yeah, I think I might do the applique because it might be easier just to whip those on real quick. And they're not as heavy to where I could possibly find a home for them easier. Oh, and I have a baby blanket to do. The baby's born this month, so let's pray that at least I get the baby blanket done. I think I'm going to do it in corner to corner because it's pretty quick. I can do that in between sleeping, one square at a time. So I have to do that. I don't know. Throw her a message, Jenny, and see. Because I think today was her cleaning day, so maybe she's tired. But yeah, so those are some of the projects I want to get done. Um, Beyond that, I don't know. It depends on if I am talking to my doctors about this fatigue. We got to figure something out. I cannot be sleeping 18 hours a day. I just can't. I'm not getting anything accomplished. The only time I can stay awake is if I'm actively doing something. Okay, like if I'm out and about with a friend or something, I can keep my brain awake. But I have found myself dozing, not completely falling asleep, but kind of like dozing off while I'm going down the street in my wheelchair. And so it's getting ridiculous. It's getting unsafe. So we got to figure something out. Turtle blanket on rabbit. Thank you. Let me bookmark that right now so that way I got it when I get off here. Got it. Thank you. I think it might be due around the 8th or 9th. I'm not real sure. I don't see her on a weekly basis like when I went to church, but I'm sure she'll still love it if it's a couple weeks late. You guys know me. I'm never on time for shit. Okay? Let's put it simply. She will get it late. If I'm not one thing, am very honest about my timetables. I'm late. You know what I was thinking about that, Jenny? Because my numbers look good, but my water compartment is dry as a bone in the morning, and my mouth is super dry, and my nose is super dry. I think something needs to be adjusted because I'm going through. When I first started, I was only going through a half a tank. Now I'm going through a full tank, and I even put enough in above the line. You know, I try to get as full as I can, and it's still running dry on me. So there, some type of adjustment or a larger tank, because I can't keep waking up like that. And I think that might be why I'm feeling my hip hurt in the middle of the night, because I'm not sleeping. I'm running dry on the CPAP, so I wake up and I feel the pain. So I think it's going kind of hand in hand. It's not my mattress. It's a great mattress. It's my plus. See, this is all going hand in hand with me. I'm losing a lot of body fat. And the side I sleep on is my hip replacement side. So it feels like the metal is hurting my skin. But I can't sleep on the other side because it's the side where the rib hurts. And it's very difficult when your legs feel like, dead weight to turn over. So what I might do is when I take the bed, put it on its side to change the legs out, have them flip the bed around to where I can automatically get on that side. But I got to get this rib under control first. It's a pain in the ass. I was thinking that, but I just had it checked a year ago and everything looked really well. So I might just have my primary do a initial x-ray before I make an appointment with an orthopedic, because I just saw him a year ago and everything looked great. Because, I have to get it checked every 10 years. So, God, I hope it's not. It's the last thing I need, because if something's broke, it means I have to go in for surgery, which means my blood won't clot, which means it's high risk. Out of a simple orthopedic surgery, I could die on the table very easily because of my platelet count. See, I'm in really turmoil with any kind of surgical help, which is pissing me off, because they can't even do the TIPS procedure on my liver. So that's fun. So I'm working on getting my platelet levels up. I'm eating a lot of greens, the correct fruits, fatty fish, mainly tilapia, but I'm eating fish. I'm trying to get my protein levels up to where it helps the platelet count. Back in this beginning of December, I fell in the tub, broke my rib, and due to the fluid in my stomach being pumped out every other week, it keeps moving and doesn't have time to heal. So there's nothing they could surgically do at all. Believe me, I tried. So now I'm going to try compression, a rib compression thingy-majig, and see if that will help stabilize it. It was just because it would stop hurting after a few days of the procedure for up to a week. Then it would start hurting again because I was extra full of fluid. And then it pumped out, It hurt for a couple of days, and it's back to normal for about a week. This time around, it's like constant pain. And between that, the sleepiness, the nauseousness, I have not been able to do anything with YouTube. Nothing. I can barely stay awake to do a 15-second video if I wanted to. By the time I set up and everything, it ain't getting done. At night, I'm sitting here looking at YouTube like this. Just trying to stay awake until at least 11. And it just doesn't work. Exactly, Jenny. Exactly. So it's just have to deal with it as best as I can. And I know you guys are probably all tired of hearing about it. Honestly, I'm tired of talking about it. But if I don't talk about it with someone, I'll go nuts. Oh, thank you, college. A lot of you do leave nice comments, and I appreciate that. Very, very rare do I get a troll comment, because I even leave constructive criticism up. It doesn't bother me when someone says, well, you should do it this way, or that's the wrong way of doing it. It's the only way you learn is by people telling you a better way or the right way. So it doesn't bother me. There are some creators out there that dirty delete when they're, and I read them and they're constructive criticism, and they delete them just because they don't agree with how they do something. And I think it's stupid. You're not learning that way. Yeah, and that's what the compression thing will do. It'll fit up here and kind of squeeze it to where it stays in one place. because I can't even cough in the morning and get gunk out of my lungs, because it hurts so bad. I'll sit here for 2 hours trying to suppress a cough. And eventually I have to sit back, brace myself, and let it come out, or I can't breathe. So let's just pray that the compression thing works, because it's all I can think of right now. Yeah. And that's because my platelet count. Between that, the lupus, and another health issue I have, uh, fatigue is big, and brain fog is huge. So I forget things real easy. No wonder for the past 7 years, we'd make jokes about me. I say something, 15 seconds later, I forgot what the hell I said. Well, who knew that I had this diagnosis for a long time? Honestly, I thought my mom was a hypochondriac, because the issues that I'm having right now, she had. And I thought she was a hypochondriac. She just never got diagnosed. I luckily have a team of doctors that figured it out. Who knew? Yeah, I know, Helen. I remember. And it's great that you're getting up and around now. Because I never went to the doctor for the rib. I knew I fractured it, but I didn't get confirmation of it until they did a lung scan on me and they seen it. Because I knew there was nothing they could do for a rib. So that was my fault. I don't like going to the emergency room or anything unless there's a need for it. So, yeah, that's me, being stubborn. I found out by going to like 6 different doctors, and each doctor ran their own blood test. And one doctor says you have lupus. Then he sent me to what doctor is that? Infectious doctor? I think so. I can't remember. No, not the infectious doctor. I can't remember. Anyways, sent me to him. He ran a whole different slew of tests, and he found the type of lupus I have. And every single thing that he had on that paper for that type is what I'm experiencing. So, and I just found out about that a month and a half ago, maybe. Doctors think I had it for at least 10 years. They don't know what causes lupus, and there is no cure. So I just have to deal with the symptoms. And unfortunately, the liver, the kidney, the heart, the spleen, every major organ you have is affected by lupus. There's nothing I can do about it, except try to maintain. And I'm fighting that. Of course, there's days I'm like, God, take me now, I'm tired. But for the most part, I fight. I'm even taking my medicine regular. But it is what it is. I know there was some people out there that did not believe I was sick, and that's fine. I don't. When you don't have those symptoms, you just don't know. Well, the lupus is an autoimmune disorder that will attack your body. It will start shutting your liver down, your kidneys down, enlarge your spleen, I've always had bladder trouble, but it has gotten even worse. My heart, they want me to go to a heart specialist now. They seen plaque in one of the valves. My throat, I can't eat al dente foods. I just thought I didn't like it. It's not that. I can't swallow it. Um, it affects my sinuses, my sight. I have to see a doctor every 6 months now for my eyes. Dry mouth, severe dry mouth. Yeah. And of course, like the liver, it causes fluid in my stomach, causes swellness in my legs and feet. Basically, every single part of my body has been affected, except maybe my hearing, and that's always been bad. I now tell people you need to talk louder because I can't hear you. So, yeah, it's attacking everywhere. And I spoke to a dear friend of ours that has it, and she's got a lot of the same issues. But she's known about it for years, and she's maintaining. Not that she's not sick, but she's maintaining. So it's all it is now we just have to maintain because there is no cure, which sucks. They got a cure for cancer, but not a cure for this. So now when anybody even has a small cold, they're not allowed in my apartment. So I spend a lot of alone time because with this weather the way it is, you could have a tickle in your throat and you can make me sick. So this is why I have 12 doctors. It's the first time I told you everything that's wrong. And it's a long list. And it's even really longer because I haven't went into the minute details of it, which is quite extensive. That is true. And, the doctor said I can eat healthier and it will help, but it won't cure. So I do eat healthier. I eat more fresh foods. I never bought so many fruits and vegetables from a grocery store as I do now. I do get some processed foods, but not a whole lot anymore because they actually make me physically ill. No more TV dinners. No more like canned pasta. I could still do the instant potatoes, but I have to doctor them up enough. Yeah, my fridge is full of fruits and veggies. And now I'm having to learn to cook again because I don't know how to cook half this shit. Well, college, that's the only way they found out what's wrong with me. I would have never known if I didn't go to these other doctors and take all these blood tests. That's all I'm saying. For me, it benefited me knowing what's going on. Because I thought I was going crazy, but it wasn't in my mind. It was actual physical illness. That's what my insurance is for. If you can't use your insurance on these types of situations, then why have it? And I've been lucky that they have not denied any tests for me yet. They've denied certain prescriptions, but the doctor's always had a different one to try me on, so we haven't ran into a dead end on that yet. Yeah, and a lot of it is your responsibility to do research. I can't agree more on that. Yeah, I go in every other week, Helen. Last time they took the fluid off me, 25 pounds of fluid. And that's about average that they take off every other week. So you can imagine between day 10 and 14 how bloated my stomach is. It's pretty large. It looks like a basketball under my shirt. And those 4 to 5 days, I'm stuck in pajamas because it's all I have to wear that's that size. So I got like men's plaid and camo pajamas to go out and about with. And then I got my favorite ones to go to the hospital in. They're my panda bears. I like wearing those to the hospital. And I don't know if it's going to make me live longer because the liver's shot. But it does make my life a little bit more comfortable. And that's what counts. Because I've been getting ready. So anyways, please, let's talk about crochet or something. I've been on this for half an hour. Let's talk about something different. I've been looking for Journey tickets because that's the next band I would love to see. And they have them coming, I think, to Columbus in the fall. $600 for a ticket. I'm like, oh, hell no. No. I wouldn't pay over $100 for a seat. And now, now it's like concerts are those rare treats. Back in the day, you'd go to a concert every weekend and be able to live. You know what I mean? Now you got to pick and choose. So I'll never see Journey. Well, it depends on what it is. Go ahead and say it. I can answer it or not. Yeah, I hear you, Jenny. Yeah. If you can get money together to go see, one of your favorite artists, go for it. Yeah, right now I'm crocheting granny squares for my big blanket. I get maybe 1 or 2 of these done a day in between sleep. So I'm hoping within the next 4 months I have at least this to turn into the fair. So pray for me that I get that done at least. Because it's something I could take to the recliner. It's small and I'm able to work on it. Oh, everybody says that. You have lifelong Democrats that are saying that. He is the worst. It's not going to take 4 years to fix this country. It's going to take 12, at least, to fix the mess he caused. So there's that. Yeah, that was, and this is the last thing I'll say political. That was the stupidest thing the Democrats could have done, was put Biden up for president presidential run this year. That was the dumbest move they made. They might have had a shot in hell if they put someone younger in, but they don't have a shot. Not with Biden. Yeah, that's true, Jenny. That's true. I'm sure she'll like it either way. I think those are pretty colors. I would do it. She'll like it. Come on. Most people, when you make them something like a blanket that takes at least 100 hours to do, and it's in the colors, basic colors they like, whether it be pastel or bold, they're going to love it. Um, yeah, mainly right now. Now I know they use it like for like 70s retro or 80s retro, but for the most part, hot pink is really big because of Barbie this year. Yeah, that's bright colors. Yeah. Now, like the Sophie's blanket I'm doing in neon colors, pretty much neon. They're kind of 80s colors for like the skating rink, the bowling alley, those type of things. I remember some of our school dances were in those colors. It's really big in the 80s. 70s is your orange, browns, and yellows. Um, 90s, I don't know what their colors were. I know they weren't, I don't think they were neon colors. I think they toned it down quite a bit. Yeah, so does my daughter. My daughter loves the 70s colors. She wanted to do, growing up, she wanted to do her room in the 70s, but come on, I didn't have the money to decorate bedrooms. They're lucky they had food on the table. The only decorations they had in their bedrooms was posters that maybe they was able to get once in a while, or their friends gave them pictures or something. But other than that, there was no decorating in our house. I don't remember, but I do remember college was in there. And that's how I kind of just remember you. I mean, I tried to call you Robert many times, but it just does not stick in my head like college does. I mean, I can try to say Robert if you really, really want me to, but college just kind of sticks there. Now, me, I like the 50s, the kind of like toned down pink, um, the blues, the reds, yellows, you know, um, 19, think of 1970 or 1950 soda shop. That's the colors I like. I'm a weird one, I guess, because a lot of people go towards the 70s and 80s. College is fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just remember college in the name. I don't remember anything else. Was there circus in the name, maybe? I don't know. That kind of bring it might not. I don't know. I do know. You're looking at someone that has a bad memory, asking me to remember something. It's like asking Joe Biden to remember something. It ain't gonna work. Well, wait a minute. I ain't quite that bad, but close. Um, yeah, as I finish projects, I'm going to show you guys. I usually wait until right before the fair to show you guys. But as I get done, so I can see the accomplishment myself as I go, I'm going to start showing you some of the projects I finish up. Oh, yeah, the boomerangs in the 50s, yeah. And the starburst, like in the clock and shit. Yeah, those are big. I remember the lampshades that were starbursts. My mom never had them, but I do remember they could have been 70s, but the starburst, for some reason, that strikes a memory. Yeah, same here, college. I can kind of remember things that happened in my high school years and stuff, but when it comes down to today, yeah. But I guess nothing really memorable happens today, so you just don't remember some of that stuff. We're old, we're not as exciting as we used to be. We don't take risks the way we used to. Some people I talk to back from the day can't believe some of the risks I took as a disabled person. But it happens. I had to prove that I was just like anybody else, especially back then. Back then, people treated you like you were contagious. You know, there wasn't as many birth defects. Well, no, there wasn't as many birth defects in public schools the way they are now. I think I was one of two people with a physically disability in my high school. They mainly kept them segregated to a whole different other school. So, not many people were around anyone with disabilities. That's true, college. We spend way too much time looking at the screen. It is so true. And it's sad. We watch other people having these great experiences, but we're not doing them ourselves. That's sad. Yeah, exactly. I have, well, we used to be close, but I have friends that they keep up with me kind of, but just through text. But they would invite people to on vacations, which I could save for a vacation if I knew I was going. They invite them to ball games and stuff, and I always get the feeling because of the wheelchair, you know, it's extra shit you got to pack anywhere you go. I just wasn't invited, and it hurts, but it's a fact of life. That's very true, Helen. That's very, very true. It's like our brain is still a sponge. Right now, it's just full of water. We can't hold no more. It's very true. They're doing these things for the views. I get it. Yeah, it could be looked at that way too. Yep. The ones I really like is like there's a couple of van travelers I watch over in Europe, and they're actually going out there and yeah, they're filming everything, but you can tell they're really enjoying their life. Um, because with their YouTube channel and their retirement savings, they are able to build a custom van, be able to tour the United States, and then ship their van over to Europe and visit all their sites on their bucket list, look at nature, you know, and you could tell in their face it's not just a video. The video is the ends to a means. They make the video to bring in money for them to be able to do this, but they're having an awesome time. The ones I like the most are called Snow and Kurt. It's CURT. But they've toured the United States and now they're in Europe now in Bulgaria. Or is it Bulgaria? I believe so. But you could tell they're having an awesome time tasting food, looking at, they go off these back roads and see sites that's not touristy. I really enjoy their videos. They publish twice a week for 30 minutes each time. I love it. I can't wait till Saturdays and Tuesdays when they upload. That is another thing, Diana, because this channel was built on the drama. Well, the lives were. And it just got to, yeah, I might get snarky once in a while. I'll admit to that. But it's not full-blown garbage that I was putting out. I just tend to... Do I watch drama? Yes, I do. It's a guilty passion. I do love watching it. I love watching train wrecks. But do I participate? No. I try not to. I try to make my life quiet. I even give that sigh like when someone's at my door because I just don't want to be disturbed. But I think, okay, my lives aren't as watchable as they used to be, or I don't bring in as many views, but I'm more calm. When I get off of here, I feel relaxed that I didn't hurt somebody's feelings or say the wrong thing or put my nose where it did not belong. So I'm enjoying that part. Now, should I kick up drama once in a while? Sometimes I think maybe I should to get people back in here, but it's just not worth it. College, I was very heartless towards some people. Most I feel bad about. There's a few that deserved it. Very few. Some I've tried to reach out and apologize, and that's okay. That's on them. That's not on me. But I've tried to turn my channel around to where I don't have to worry about apologizing to anyone when I come to my senses. And I hope you guys enjoy this better than the way it was. I mean, the views I get now are people that are loyal to the channel, not just for the drama. They're actually loyal. And I appreciate that very much. But yeah, I can't do the drama anymore. All that to say, I can't do it anymore. Absolutely, Jenny. Yeah. And those are the same people that I just can't forgive in my heart right now. Um, but that's okay. I just stay away. Why even let them fill my head with garbage? Even just watching them. I just don't, I can't do it anymore. I've got too many problems to deal with and deal with their nasty attitudes and everyone's life they touch turns into rubbish because of the way they act. So it is what it is. But most people I have forgiven. I've asked for forgiveness. Whether they give it or not, I forgive them. And that's all I can do. But my heart is lighter because of it. But I do get snarky once in a while. I shouldn't, but I do. It's my personality. Don't mean it to be, but it is. Oh. Mm. Mm. Sorry about that. Oh, there it goes. It needed to pop. Ooh. Oh, now I can breathe. And that's what I feel 10 times over in the morning. If you just wanted any idea of how I feel trying to cough in the morning, it's horrendous. But I don't know. I have some categories. Maybe I'll write them down. I got some categories in the fair. I just don't know what to make besides single crochet stuff. You know what I mean? I want to put some design in it. Now that we got a new supervisor and she hires out of town judges, they actually look at design instead of just, oh, I like that color. So I try to find something that's not real basic, but not extravagant either. And maybe I'll come in with that list and you guys can give me some ideas. Neither do I, Diana. And once I learned this certain group was nothing but snakes, I had my final say and then I left it at that. And I just don't allow those people's names to be mentioned in here because it brings up feelings of disgust. And all I want to do is yell. So they get zapped out of here real quick. And luckily my mods know who that is. And I don't have to confront. Oh, me too, Helen. The last year, I didn't participate last year. I basically went on a boycott last year because I didn't know they got new judges. But the last year that I was in it was, okay, the year before last was the last year I participated. And now I'm not one to say, oh, my shit's the best. I'm not. Because there was a few items that won that deserved it. But there was items to where I got third or honorable mention, and mine was the best. And they based it on color. And the bad thing was one of the judges was colorblind. So I was really pissed. How can you judge design being colorblind? Then I found out he was the supervisor of the textiles, crochet, knitting, quilting, sewing. He's the one that put all that together. So on the years that he didn't judge, which was every other year, he entered and he won almost everything, like the Good Old Boys Club. So I just had enough. And then when I found out last year they got new judges, I could have cleaned up last year because everybody boycotted except beginners. I could have cleaned up on the money and the prizes last year. But I decided to boycott, which was a stand that I had to make. And when I went there and looked at everything, the judging was very fair. So I said, well, I'll give it another try. Oh, thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. I love the chatting part of it. I do. I sit here alone a lot of times. And I know a lot of times I like being alone, but there's times that you just need some, even if it's through the screen, some type of communication with others. And sometimes I'm interesting and sometimes I'm not. But you guys still stick around and I love it. I do. I love it. Gives me some reason to keep on going. But that's all about life, isn't it? Just keep on chugging away when you can. But yeah, and I do want to do a couple of sewing projects this year. I know I'm going to do an apron. I just don't know what other side project I want to do. I was thinking about pot holders. Unless you buy the material for the inside of the pot holder by the yard, and you're planning on making a lot, it's just not worth forking out the money for 2 pot holders for the fair. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the second one. I'm not good enough to make a dress or any type of clothing. That's true. And now they're going to be raising the retirement age up to 70. Because people are living longer. It kind of makes sense as on a business level. It makes sense. Because people are living longer. So more people draw on the Social Security. Back in the day, many people didn't make it to 65. So half the people that put in Social Security didn't draw from it. And they had plenty to go around. But then the government borrowed our money. But also the government made bad decisions on, I'm not going to get controversial about this, but some mental disabilities that could have been handled with medication, let them on Social Security. To which if they took medication, they definitely could work. So I can see where they're going up to 70. But they also need to kick some people off that are abusing the system. Oh, that sounds really good, Susan. That sounds real good. Oh, blankets for pot holders. I think they might even have a recyclable category. I have to check into that. That makes sense. That's true, college. They start off with good intentions, but then they foul it up. Oh no, go back in there and fix it, Jenny. You should be able to go back in there and fix it. So a lot of online jobs, people with like depression, ADHD, some of those types of disorders, they actually can go in there and work and make decent money online these days. It's not like it used to be where everything was a scam. I even try to put out there a creator that does the vetting for those types of jobs. But some people just can't get past the fact that, they used to always be scams. But this woman actually vets those companies. It's so many ways to earn money these days. Oh, that sounds good, Susan. I need a good sweet snack. Well, at 1075, is that to a physical place or at home? If it's at home, well, it's still above minimum wage. And put a little something in your pocket. But for that pay for working at home, that's great pay for working at home. Because you don't have the gas money or car maintenance or anything. Physical to Goodwill. Okay. For Goodwill, that's good. Because they exploit the disabled and pay them maybe $2 an hour. So, yeah. The place in our county or in our town that gets job for the disabled try to put me in Goodwill. But since I would be on a government program through Goodwill, I would be paid piecemeal, and the rate would be no more than $2 an hour. Then they tried to put me in another company that was piecework, where you was lucky if you made $1.50 an hour. I'm like, no thanks. I got better skills than that. I mean, come on. I used to work at UPS for $10.22 an hour back in 93. Come on. I got better skills. Thing would be great, Jenny, if they offered some type of insurance to stack on top of the one you got. That would be awesome. Have a secondary insurance. Well, I'll pray that you get it. I mean, it'll at least get you out of the house. You know what I'm saying? We all need to find something to get us out of the house at least once a week. Get some of that vitamin D from the sun. And get moving. Touch some grass. There are healing properties in touching grass with your bare feet. Something about, I don't know how much I believe in it, but I believe God did not put the ground there to touch grass if it wasn't meant for a healthy benefit, especially with so much of it. But like in New York, you can't find it. You can't find any grass. It kind of depends on how many children they have and how many food stamps they get on top of it. Because I count food stamps as money. 9 out of 10 times, that's why a lot of people on welfare stay on welfare. Because they can't get ahead with a job. And if you got children now, I'm not talking about the ones that drop babies every year. I'm talking about the ones that's got 1 or 2 children, fell on hard times, and they can't find a job to be able to sustain their family with just basic housing, utilities, and food. Welfare makes it to a point to where they get maybe $50 to $100 more a month using the welfare system than actually going out and get a job. And if you got 2 children, it's a big risk. Now, I took that risk because I got a good paying job back in the day, but there's not many of those left. Well, that's in every state. I see that at our local office too. I'm like, how can you afford such a nice ass car with car payments on welfare? I don't get it. I really don't. But I do get it. They sell their benefits. We know it's against the law, but they do. And that's how they make their car payments or whatever. Ooh, fire ants. Now, I wouldn't want to be around that either. No way. Yeah, I've been bitten by a fire ant once. Thank God I didn't hit the nest because that sucker burned. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with it either, Diana. Ain't no way. Well, guys, it's 10:06. I'm going to get out of here. My back is hurting. I need to lay down. I feel like sleep is going to end the live anyways. I'm going to fall asleep. So, again, I want to thank you, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I think I may go to Wednesday nights for a while. I'll make a notice on my community tab that we're going Wednesdays for a while, at least until if they change the day I get these procedures again. So Wednesday. Night, Jenny. Night, college. Thank you. All right, guys. Love you guys. Oh no, I do that once every spring. I get stuck in the mud every spring. Then once I get out of the mud, I track mud through my house for a week as it dries on my wheels. It is what it is. It happens. The life of the wheelchair. Okay, guys, you guys have a great night, and I will see you next Wednesday. Love you guys. Bye.